Wingworm alert. A team's response. This scene unfolds in a bustling laboratory where Dr. Simon, an epidemiologist, is meticulously analyzing samples under a microscope. Three colleagues, Dr. Moss, Dr. Antoine, and Nurse Bowleg, huddles around her, discussing their findings. This rash outbreak we've been tracking seems to be more than just a common skin irritation. It's consistent with ringworm.
Ringworm? But isn't that like a highly contagious disease, isn't it?
Yes, and it can spread rapidly if left unchecked. We need to act on it swiftly to contain it.
Happy to help. What can we do? How do we educate the public about preventing ringworm?
Well, first, we need to gather more data on the extent of the outbreak. Nurse Bole, can you coordinate with local clinics and schools to collect information on reported cases?
Absolutely. I'll get right on it.
Meanwhile, we should prepare an educational material to distribute to the community and clear instructions on hygienic methods and preventive measures to make a big difference in the community. What do you guys think about that?
Totally agree. And let's not forget about our furry friends. Pets can also carry and transmit ringworm. We should include information on how to protect them also.
Wow, excellent suggestions, everyone. Let's divide tasks and reconvene in an hour to finalize our action plan.
1 hour later.
The team springs into action, each member taking on a specific role to address the ringworm outbreak. They gather again an hour later, armed with educational pamphlets, data collection plans, and strategies for community outreach. It's inspiring to see such dedication and teamwork together. We will make a significant impact in containing the outbreak and protecting our community. With renewed determination, the team sets out to educate the public, implement preventative measures, and stem the spread of ringworm, exemplifying the power of collaboration in public health emergencies. My group will be discussing the microbial disease, ringworm, also known as Tinea corpus. In this video, we'll be discussing what is ringworm, understanding the causes of ringworm, the signs and symptoms, and treatment options for ringworm, and lastly, the preventative measures for ringworm. So we, the epidemiologists of this topic, is myself, Zayante Simon, Jenny Antoine, Treasure Bowleg, and Cardina Moss.
Ringworm, medically known as Tinea corpus, is a common fungal infection of the skin not caused by a worm despite its name. This condition is highly contagious and can spread through direct contact with an infected person or animal, or by touching contaminated objects or surfaces. Ringworm is caused by mold-like parasites that live on the cells in the outer layer of your skin. It typically presents as a red, itchy circular rash with a raised, scaly border that may resemble a ring, often with clearer skin in the center. Transmissions are human to human, direct skin to skin contact, animal to human, contact with an infected animal, common in pets like dogs and cats and livestock, object to human, through contact with objects or surfaces touched by an infected person or animal, soil to human, rarely through prolonged contact with infected soil. Diagnosis is often made through observation, but in uncertain cases, the following tests may be conducted, such as observation under black light. The fungus may glow under black light. Microscopic examination, a scraped sample from the affected area is examined. And lastly, skin biopsy or fungal culture, which is performed by testing of collected cells or discharge.
Here we have a few pictures of ringworm on human skin and how it forms on the skin.
Signs and symptoms of ringworm. You will always notice a red circular rash on your skin. Its characteristic ring-shaped rash with a red scaly border and a clearer center. It also involves itching, persistent itching and discomfort in the affected area, blisters and pustules, possible development of blisters of pustules around the edges of the ring. You will also have scaling and cracking, which means skin may become dry, scaly, and crack, particularly on the feet or scalp. And you also may have hair loss, which is infections on the scalp can cause patches of hair loss and bald spots.
Options like clotrimazole or terbinafine can be applied directly to the affected area. Oral antifungal cream, antifungal powders, prescription medication. Stronger antifungal medications, either topical or oral, may be prescribed by a healthcare professional or more severe cases. Avoid sharing personal items, as ringworm is contagious, so avoid sharing towels, clothing, or other personal items to prevent spreading of the infection. If over-the-counter treatments aren't effective or if the infection is severe, consult a healthcare professional for further evaluation and treatment options.
Preventive measures. Keep skin clean and dry. Daily hygiene. Regularly wash your skin and hair to remove dirt, sweat, and other substances that can promote fungal growth. Use soap and water, ensuring you rinse thoroughly. Avoid sharing personal items, towels, and clothing. Do not share towels, clothing, or other personal items with others, as these can harbor the fungus and transmit it from one person to another. Hair brushes and combs. Avoid sharing hairbrushes, combs, and hats. Fungi can survive on these items and transfer to another person's scalp or hair. Maintain a clean environment. Disinfection. Regularly clean and disinfect floors, surfaces, and items that may be contaminated with the fungus, especially in the public areas like gyms, schools, and daycare centers. Infection control. Avoid direct skin-to-skin contact with people or animals that have ringworms. If contact is necessary, wash your hands thoroughly afterwards. Boost your immune system. Healthy lifestyle. Maintain a balanced diet, engage in regular exercise, and get adequate sleep to strengthen your immune system.
Cases were first appeared in the 6th century in ancient India. During that time, persons didn't know much about it. The way it was contracted were because barbers spread diseases by failing to cleanse their hair styling tools, which resulted in persons contracting the ringworm in their scalp. David Gruby was one of the first persons to discover and name the disease with a microscopic examination of the skin. It was discovered that about 10 to 20% of persons will have ringworm in their lifetime. Some of you may experience it when you were younger. People of various ages and ethnicities can get ringworm. Although it's more frequent among kids, the virus may strike anybody. Ringworm may spread to people and animals through intimate contact, sharing of personal things like clothing or towels, living in crowded or unhygienic settings, and having impaired immune system. An increased risk may also apply to people who engage in close skin-to-skin activities like wrestling or contact sports. To conclude, ringworm is common and contagious but extremely preventable and treatable. Education about this infection is paramount to preventing breakouts. We hope this presentation has further advanced your understanding of Tenea corpus.